So I'm at this restaurant with my wife, and there's this couple sitting just a few tables over, and I noticed that it is super quiet over there, like really, really quiet. And the both of them are, heads down, phones out, scrolling. And they're not scrolling together, they're not showing each other something funny, nothing like that. It's just two separate people at the same table in two completely different places. And they sat like that through their appetizer, through their entree, and I'm not exaggerating. Every time I looked up, it was the same doom scroll expression from both of them. I don't think either one of them said 10 words to the other. And something about that, it just kind of sat wrong with me. Not in a judgmental way, like I'm better than them or something. It hit me more like grief, like sadness. Like I was watching something die in slow motion and neither one of them even noticed it was happening. But here's the thing that I think about most with this scenario. These are two people who at some point they probably couldn't stop talking to each other. I mean, nobody sits across, at a restaurant, at least a restaurant we were at. It was a very intimate, type of space. But nobody sits across from a stranger like that. At least I don't think that they do. Kind of weird if that were the case. But anyway, you don't marry somebody or plan to build a whole life with somebody without a stretch of time where you couldn't get enough of the other person. So somewhere between that beginning and tonight's meeting, because I don't know if I'd call it a date, well, something happened, and it didn't happen in one night. Nobody wakes up one morning and decides, today's the day we stop talking. It's got to be gradual, small stuff, every day until one day you're sitting 3 feet from them, but you're further away from them than you've ever been. So I'm watching this, and I'm not going to lie to you. I started thinking about my own marriage, because I'm not perfect at this either. My wife and I we have 2 jobs each, plus she's an ordained wedding officiant on top of that, plus everything else life throws at us. So there's plenty of nights where the easiest thing in the world is just to put a screen up and let the day be over. I mean, I don't do it often. My wife does it more than me, but that's besides the point. I'm not sitting here acting like I'm above what I saw at the other table. I mean, if anything, a lot of people probably wonder why me and my wife aren't in our phones 24/7, even on dates. Because we've been together almost 20 years, and after our kids moved out, we discovered that we don't have much in common at all, surprisingly. But we decided that our differences, that wasn't a reason to check out. So instead, we made a conscious choice, and we still continue to make a conscious choice to choose one another each day and to learn one another and to grow together. So we lean into the fact that although we don't have much in common, we have the fact that we love each other in common. So when I watch two people go quiet like that couple did, it is kind of sad because it's not just that couple. And it's not just the fact that they were sitting in silence, but it's the type of silence. Silence with somebody you love can be one of the best feelings there is, if you're both just sitting in it together. This couple and so many other couples were just sitting next to each other, each one completely alone. And that's the part that feels like losing somebody to me. Just two people slowly disappearing from each other's daily life while they're still sitting next to one another. Still married probably, still sharing a bed probably, still doing all the logistics of a life together, but not really seeing each other anymore and not really reaching for one another. I don't have some big fix for it. I don't. I'm not going to sit here and tell you, put your phone down at the table. Although I might give my wife a look once in a while, but I don't sweat it because it's not excessive. But even if I did, it's not like that's the magic answer because it's not that simple. And you already know that. This isn't really about phones anyway. Phones are just what it looks like now. 20 years ago, it probably looked like the TV or the newspaper, or just two people who ran out of things to say and never really figured out how to find their way back to each other. Phones are just today's distraction. So, how many times do you see this when you're out? Or are you that couple? Let's talk about it in the comments or in our community, and I'll see you in the next one.